So welcome back to my channel and the SkyoöD-Vu P.O.V show. Nice to be back. Today I'll talk a little bit about my absence, of course typical F1 chatter, and a major update on progress with the A6 Project car. Yeah, wow. Can't believe it's been like 7 weeks since my last episode. It's crazy. I mean, it's nuts. I guess, but that's typical. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans or something like that, to that effect, the saying goes. I'm not sure. John Lennon? You can look that up. Let me know in the comments. I got a ton of ideas and thoughts I'd like to share with this channel, but I'm letting my dread of editing sort of get in the way of doing that and pushing the ideas out. And so I've been doing a little rethink on how I want to do this. And yes, I'm still in my studio, but I think that concept may not be effective if I try to stick to just that idea. So in the future, I'm probably going to just do a little bit more shooting on the fly. So you might see stuff in my car, walking around town, in the backyard, wherever it may be. If I've got an idea, I just want to get the idea out there before I forget it and overthink the whole process and keep it fresh, and try to get some more content out there, because I guess it's like content. Let's drive these channels. And of course, the more I shoot, maybe I'm going to get a little bit more comfortable with the camera. So I'm still struggling with the whole look at the camera thing. I think I'm getting a little bit better at it, but I guess it's a learning process. So be patient, stick with me, and hope you enjoy this experiment that I'm doing right now. So on to F1. It's just 2 hours away now here, local Central European time, from the qualifying of Monaco. Of course, I'm going to miss it because I'll be on the mountain bike trying to do something for my health and exercise, and use that as a commuting process to get to work today. Although it's hotter than hell out there right now, so I don't know how happy I'm going to be with that decision when I get to the workplace. What's happened since then? Well, crap, China, Azerbaijan, and the Spanish Grand Prix kind of just like flew by. Basically, this podcast, or vlog, totally got lapped by events. And so we've gone from Vettel and Ferrari dominating the first part of the season, and now we got Hamilton leading Seb by 17 points, and Bottas trailing by a mere 20 in third place in the drivers' championship, total championship points. So yeah, that's just crazy. And I'm rocking the Ferrari shirt today. Tifosi, got to fly to colors in red. So fingers crossed. I hope we see at least a podium finish for Vettel. It would be really awesome if he would take Monaco and win this one. That's what I'm hoping for. That's where my loyalties lie. So, anyways. What else happened in those races? Like I said, a bit of a blur. So I guess one of the highlights I would think of, or that sticks out in my mind from the past 3 races, is Azerbaijan, where Danny Ricciardo plowed into Max Verstappen. That was a nutty race. I mean, Ricciardo had so many chances. My favorite thing about Verstappen, though, what he brings to Formula 1 is that the sort of balls to the wall, it's just me, this ego that you sort of have to have it to be a world champion. I think we are seeing the making of a future world champion. He's just going through his growing pains. Yeah, but I'd definitely say it's his fault. I mean, okay, Ricciardo was maybe a little optimistic as distance, or uncalculated how quick he could plow, that he would close the gap, if even, because I mean, the thing is, if you know anything about Formula 1, just lifting off the throttle is like 10 times, well, that's not really accurate, 10 times, but it'd be like somebody in a normal passenger car absolutely slamming on their brakes. It's unreal how much the aero affects it. And that kind of brings me to the next point. I'm going to link in the comments the link to the future plans from Liberty Media, and it really frustrates me. After all these years, we keep seeing, not really reinventing the wheel and stuff like that, but it's like, I don't know. I just don't get it. It frustrates me as a fan, and to me, everybody complains, let's make the racing more exciting, let's make it closer, let's give these drivers a chance to really show what they can. you're not going to do that by making all the cars the same. I'm sorry, then you might as well have IndyCar. And I think that was the comment on the Liberty Media website or from DriveTribe where I saw this link to leave in. They said, if you want a one size fits all car type thing, and the only thing is difference in the colors, then enjoy IndyCar racing. There you go. But this is not Formula One. Formula One's always been about the engineering. Which team, which season is going to have a new idea, and everybody else has to sit there and scratch their heads and figure out, how do we miss that? What are they doing differently, and how can we either mimic that or outdo them or bring another concept that'll blow that concept out of the water? And to me, really, the answer to making the race exciting is so simple. And my point of view is clip the damn wings, clip the aero department. I mean, you're not going to get rid of aero, and that's not what I'm advocating. But minimize the parameters in which aero department can work. And every time they figure out a loophole, then you got to close that loophole and restrict them again. It's all about mechanical grip. Mechanical grip, and of course, I personally think bring back refueling, which then brings in the tactics side of the house, which may be counterproductive to the whole idea of driver versus driver. But it is well, they claim it's a team sport, and part of me sees it that way, and part of me doesn't see it that way. I don't know. I guess I'm conflicted about it, but to me, it's a real simple answer to bring the cost down is clip the wings on the damn cars, not make the cars so damn reliant on aero, and let mechanical grip, bigger tires, wider tires. You know, the late 60s or 70s, it was like the heyday of racing, at least Formula One as far as the look too. The cars looked awesome with those big, huge barrels on the back, and I'd like to see that come back. There's still room for aero improvements, and there's still things that are going to then flow into production cars at that time. It can't all just be about hybrid. I'm sorry, it's not the path that they need to go down. I think that's run its course, because it hasn't really made, in my opinion, it's an artificial horse racing anyway. So sorry to get tongue-tied in it, but I guess it's just me and my emotions blowing up on it, because it really frustrates the hell out of me when the answer is so simple. Anyways, that's it for F1 Chatter for this show. Final thoughts, and the last tidbit of news I want to share is some positive movement forward on the A6 project. I finally have an engine. It's not here yet, but I finalized the deal day before yesterday on eBay. I'm a little concerned about the eBay post about the shipping address, because I did go back to the seller and confirm that he shouldn't use the address that eBay is claiming, because I think that's the address I have as my main account address. It needs to go to a different address, because I'm going to be involved with hassles like customs and import duties, because the vehicle is being brought from being technically re-imported from the United States into Germany. And that's the whole problem. The car is a US spec A6 that I have, and I spent weeks basically going back and forth, even with Audi in Ingolstadt online directly. I was amazed that they responded to my query online, but that's cool. Wasn't the result I was looking for as far as the answer was, but yeah, no, I think I could have gotten the engine, and it's a BEL is the engine code that my car has. I guess I could have found that as a new engine, but then it would have thrown the whole concept of flipping that car and maybe turning a little bit of a profit on it later on down the road completely out of the water. So fortunately for me, I have been able to track down an engine. Mileage off the top of my head now, and I can share that in the next vlog. Anyways, it's on the way, so fingers crossed that works out, and as more news develops on that, of course, I'll keep you posted. Hope you've enjoyed the show. If you like what you hear and see, or if you don't, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.